with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Welcome into The Drive with AD and Raff. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating teams in college football.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
Brought to you by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody. We are back again. Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Tuesday. AD UConn wins the championship. But more importantly, it's the Masters Championship dinner tonight. Oh, my goodness.
What's on the menu?
That menu is, I pulled it up because he has for dessert warm chocolate chip skillet cookie.
Dang. Looks like the main course though.
He should win the Masters every year.
So they're starting off the dinner with the Scotty's. It's called Scotty style.
Well, first tell them, so in case they don't know, tell them the background about the Masters dinner. Tell them how it's done. Tell them.
Okay, so every year you have your champion that wins the Masters. So the next year, the man that wins the Masters, or lady, I guess there could be a lady, I guess, if she wanted to compete. Yeah. But so they have the dinner and they get to choose what they want for their menu for the next year's champions dinner. And only the champions that have ever won get to go to this dinner. So it's a very exclusive club. So this year, Scotty Scheffler, he won it last year. So he's starting off his dinner with the opening course, cheeseburger sliders, Scotty style. So everybody's kind of wondering what Scotty style is. Then you have a chance to have firecracker shrimp. That's just another, like, what do they call the opening? Not the main course. Appetizer. Firecracker shrimp. And then tortilla soup. And then the main course.
A good tortilla soup is
yes.
Your choice of a Texas ribeye steak or blackened redfish.
I mean, honestly, if you don't take that ribeye, I don't know. There's something wrong with you.
Blackened redfish or ribeye? Which one?
Oh, it's the ribeye.
Ribeye?
It's not even close.
What does it have? Blackened what?
Blackened redfish.
I've never had redfish.
And then on the side of
I don't need to
what that is.
if there's ribeye.
Yeah.
And then you have family style mac and cheese, jalapeno creamed corn, fried Brussels sprouts, and seasoned fries are your sides.
You know they're gonna do it up too, man.
That sounds pretty good.
They're gonna do it up.
And it's also interesting too because there have been, a few live golfers that have won but we were told yesterday that it's the media that's making out that the live golfers and the PJ guys are just fine. So we're all good.
Well, the media wants a story.
Yeah.
They want a story. They want something. They want something juicy, spicy.
However, Fred Couples, he doesn't back down from any of his comments.
No, Freddie Couples is going to tell like it is. And Fred's at that point to where he's well respected. Number one, he's won majors, very successful career, and so he could really care less what anybody thinks at this point. At just kind of the divisiveness that's going on between the Live and the PGA Tour. Unknown texture goes Applebee's menu.
Yeah, but done by like professionals.
Yeah,
Applebee's happy hour menu.
Hey! First off, Applebee's is pretty damn good. All right, so watch yourselves.
You know what, man? I have not been to Applebee's in a long time, but I always had good meals there, though. Yeah. Jay Gates, one of the friends of the radio, used to be work for their corporation. So he has was head of like a number of stores he was over as far as insurance. I think it was insurance. Not claims. I forget what his role was, but he had a bunch of them. But dude, we'd go on our golf trips and we'd always find an Applebee's because Jay had, he just had huge pool there. So
I need to talk to Jay about those Long Island iced teas. Why are they cutting me off at 2? It's unnecessary. They're not that strong. That's what we did for slow pitch softball and Kearney. We every time after we played and after we won, because all we did was win. we'd go to Applebee's to get Long Island iced teas, and they're like, "Hey, you guys only get 2." And I was like, "Why?
Why?
Why? I want more."
Was that after you had your second one?
No.
You were asking for it. You let them know in advance.
We would let them know, like, we're here.
We're going to do some damage.
And they would say, they're like, "You can only get 2. Each person only gets 2." I was like, "This is ridiculous.
Because
You don't put nearly enough alcohol to cut me off at 2."
Because this is your friendly, happy neighborhood bar. They don't want no incidents.
It was like 10 or 11. Families aren't out.
Keith Tenney says, "My boy KT, what's up?" He goes, laughing, "Miss me with that Applebee's nonsense." Phil the Burn says, "Applebee's, great microwave food."
You guys are the worst. Applebee's is pretty damn good.
I can just see them with the Masters tonight. All right, microwave goes off in 3 minutes. Have the mac and cheese ready to go in.
Hey, dude, what movie was that? That was
remember to pull the plastic off.
That was Wedding. Was it Wedding Crashers? No, it wasn't Wedding Crashers.
Pull the corner.
To have dinner at
Microwave it,
Applebee's.
and
Leave
then you pull it off. You stir it, and then you put it back in.
It was Couples Retreat. Remember he's talking about you won't have your Friday night dates at Applebee's. That was Due Date. No, not Due Date. No. It was couples
retreat.
Couples Retreat. Chase B says Applebee's has good food. They're just overpriced.
That's why you go during like the happy hour or whatever, the half price apps. That's what you do.
So what was your go-to at Applebee's, bro?
For the longest time, I'd get the riblets.
Huh.
They're pretty good. Actually, pretty tasty.
The
little
riblets. I don't even think I've ever had riblets from there before.
I don't think so.
They're
either.
pretty tasty.
But I can't remember the last time I've been to Applebee's. Maybe it had to be before COVID.
Yeah, I'm thinking mine was before COVID too. I'm thinking what would I get every time?
They have that mac and cheese with like the whatever it's like honey pepper something chicken.
Yeah.
Little bacon bits in there as well. It's fantastic.
Huh. Yeah,
it's on there like 2 for
I can't
two
even
for
remember
10 or whatever.
I guess I think I went to happy hour there maybe like 6 years ago. Maybe.
See, I just pulled it up. Unknown texter said Hall Pass. It may have been in Hall Pass too. I've never seen Hall Pass, but it was also in Couples Retreat because I see the clip right here because he's bragging about taking your wife with me. Are you guys gonna hang out at Applebee's on Friday nights? Because he's this guy and there's always talking about how good he was in high school. It's like Uncle Rico in Napoleon Dynamite. How good he was. How good he was. How good he was. He's always talking about the past. This guy here, remember that guy right there, the one that wanted to go to that other island? He's one to go to the other island all the time to see all the single chicks.
Yeah.
And he's talking about, and then the big tall actor, whatever the heck his name is,
Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn says, "Dude, who you gonna hang out with on Friday nights at Applebee's?" So that's what he's talking about right there. So yeah, it's probably in Hall Pass too, but I've not seen Hall Pass. Chase B says before COVID, Applebee's had this buffalo chicken sandwich that was super good, but they took it off the menu. I might go to Big Red to get the same thing for cheaper. Go to Big Red to get the same thing for cheaper.
Hey, Pete Ferguson, that's not on the kids menu. It's right underneath the full. It goes half rack, full rack, riblets.
Fergie says that's
Joke's
on the
on
kids
you.
menu.
Joke's on you. It's on the adult menu. Riblets aren't on the kids menu.
I would get there. They had I'm trying to think what I would get at Applebee's.
I don't remember. I'm trying to.
I think I'd get that little steak thing. That little tiny little
their little baby steak.
Yeah, a little baby steak.
Steak.
A little baby steak with some
that was
broccoli.
like they was like show it and it's like bigger and you're just like, oh, this looks like a pretty good steak.
Yeah, then I
and
see it in person. It's like
it's like the size of a quarter, and you're like,
Yeah.
that's not what I thought it was going to. And they're like $50, please.
I never went to Applebee's to eat. I thought it was always a sports bar. Just joking.
I don't know how you think Applebee's is a sports. Not you, but how anybody thinks Applebee's is a sports.
They always they tried to build like link or neighborhood sports bar.
I don't remember that.
I guess they might have had a few pictures of like high school sports on the wall.
They have those like in the wherever the local like the Kearney one has Kearney Catholic, like some of those. The one here in Lincoln has a couple of the Lincoln high schools on there. No pictures of AD though. Very surprising.
I forget what I completely forgot. I used to kill the Applebee's. I was thinking Lincoln, but in Hastings. Their late night menu.
I didn't know Hastings has one.
It went out of business. It's not there no more.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I
remember
one
in Kearney though.
K-Town still got one.
5 years ago. Yeah, I used to. Yeah, I've never. Have I been to one in Kearney before?
I've been to one in Kearney.
It's out past the Walmart.
Oh no, I've never been to the one in Kearney.
Dude, Kearney's got a Red Lobster.
It does.
Yeah, it's there. It's right on the right side.
Is it still there?
It's right on the right side of the interstate. Yep. When you pull in,
you're right.
Take it right. It's right there.
There was an Italian restaurant out by the Red Lobster that closed down. It's very sad.
Well, the Yones family is doing major work in Kearney, man. I mean, you got that the hotels, because after they had that.
Is it Jones or Eunice?
Eunice. It's Eunice.
Okay,
It's Eunice.
we used to call it it's the Eunice Center.
Eunice.
Yeah.
Eunice, not Jones. Eunice. I think some people call it Eunice. Some people I think the proper name is Eunice, though.
Okay.
Eunice. And they have done some amazing work out in Kearney, man.
Oh yeah.
That new hotel, Raff, what's it called? The
Crown Plaza.
The Crown Plaza.
Mhm.
For Kearney to have the size of Kearney, the population, for them to have a Crown Plaza hotel is pretty impressive.
It's the smallest town in the United States they put a Crown Plaza in.
Yeah.
It's for the cranes.
Dude, I'm telling you that Kearney gets some stuff done out there, man.
Oh, it's beautiful.
They
I love it
get
out there.
some
It's
stuff.
my number 2.
Great family town.
It's my number 2 favorite city.
I'm gonna
in Nebraska.
retire in Kearney. I'm
Dude,
not gonna
are you
retire
serious?
there. No, I'm not gonna retire. in
How
Kearney.
much the population
love
of Kearney, man?
2 million.
What?
Damn
I think
straight.
maybe like
Depends. Are you talking
16?
during the school year or during the summer?
Just all year round. What
Because
you said,
during
what
the summer, there's nobody there.
yeah, that's true. All the students. That's true.
That place is a ghost town during the summer.
Yeah, I like Kearney. It's my number 2 favorite city.
If I didn't live in Lincoln, I'd live in Omaha. Because to me, Lincoln, I'd live in Omaha if I didn't live in Lincoln. Then I'd live in Kearney.
No.
Kearney be my
I'd
number
probably
3.
go that way.
I would be the same, but I think Rachel would like Kearney more. And actually, I really enjoy Kearney.
Just size wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoy Kearney.
more.
But
Yeah.
it depends, like Omaha. Like when you say Omaha, it's like you live in Omaha, or are you gonna live in Millard, or are you gonna live out in, was it Waterloo? Or
Well, those are all different, so I don't know why
yeah.
you're,
So I'm just
not
all the
Omaha.
burbs.
I'm
That's
just
not
saying I
Omaha.
don't know if I would live in Omaha.
Don't do this.
I don't
be
think
one
I'd
of those
live in
people.
Omaha.
Then you wouldn't live in Omaha. You would
Okay.
live somewhere else.
So I'd live in,
It's not all Omaha.
Would you go Gretna?
But does
Would
anybody-
you go
very few people live in Omaha. I mean, there's a lot of people live in Omaha,
Westo?
but it seems like it's all going Omaha, Papillion, Waterloo,
La Vista,
Levis.
Ralston,
Yeah,
Gretna,
it seems like they're on the edges.
Millard.
Qdoba guy, be nice. You see that, Rico?
No, you can't spell drunk without you.
Yeah.
Very different.
And I totally agree with Rico there.
It's true. It's true. It's true. Almost got kicked out of college after a semester. Found that out real quick.
Real quick.
Real quick.
Well, back in your day too, back in ours, UNK was one of the number 1 party schools in the country.
It was. So when I first got there, my freshman year, it was still top 5. But by the time I graduated, it had dropped out of the top 10. It was very sad.
I thought you were going to say you brought it back up
It
to
was very
its
sad.
greatness.
Well,
Number 1.
my junior year, that we got up to like 3rd or 2nd, and especially because we like lit a couch on fire, and they like had to call like the SWAT team in and all this stuff.
So you tried.
I didn't do it.
What made y'all light a couch on fire, bro?
People were drunk.
It gets
Wasn't
cold.
me.
It gets cold in
Yeah,
Kearney.
it's cold. I don't know.
Man, there's a thing called a thermostat.
Nah, fire couches are better.
Oh my god!
But ever since then, I'm pretty sure it's dropped off. It's very sad. Because cruise night used to be
Legit.
A1.
Legit.
That was the day that you would go to Kearney if you were looking to party.
Well, Thunder Knot Collins says Omaha is basically Iowa. I don't know about that. Hey, Thunder. And let's not forget that Iowa didn't win the title. Cheeseburger says you can't spell drunk without UNK. Go Shadron State. Shadron State's a nice campus, but that's just too freaking far.
That's
dude.
a long jaunt.
I spoke at Shadron State, man, and
he's still driving.
Yeah, that is a long drive, Rico.
Mhm.
I mean, long.
Shadron?
Bro. Yeah,
I bet.
Yeah.
It's up there, bro. It is up there. I mean, big time.
My friend's daughter, I was talking to her yesterday, and she's like, I'm like, so where is she going to college at next year? And she's like, Shadron
That's
State.
funny. You got to read that, Rico.
Okay, so not using a name.
Yes, do not use the name.
The Applebee's corporate motto used to be "From our freezer to your plate." That's funny right there.
Well, if you got a good freezer,
Yeah.
all's well.
And Newt says Kearney's amazing, little over 30,000. Definitely not a ghost town when the kids leave. You didn't work at the Target when the college kids left. There was nobody there. Their parks are the parks are fantastic, and they but a couple years ago, youth baseball complex, youth baseball and softball, I believe.
And
it's massive.
Yeah.
And they got three nice golf courses. And the rumor on the street is the Buffalo Ridge one, the little par 3 one. Apparently it's sold, and they're going to put a lot of money into that and put in like a new sports bar, and that's going to be like a little gym out north of town. So let's go Kearney.
You know, that course was a fun course, man, because you have to ring the bell on one of those
ring that
holes
bell all the time
to let them know that you're past a certain point on the fairway.
Yeah.
Love that place.
I bought a Carney hat. Says track and field on the little side of the hat. It's got the Loper on the front. Obviously, that nice blue. I'm so excited. I'm gonna wear it all the time. That's gonna be my new hat. My new everyday hat. Don't even care what I'm wearing. I'll be wearing red for our ticket tailgates. Nebraska we playing. I'm like, I don't care. Carney track and field, baby.
That's awesome. Chase B. Kearney is a good town, but has a crappy hockey team. Go Stars!
See,
Let's go, Mason Marcellus.
That's why Nick tried to make me choose on the air.
What?
Because the Stars and the Storm were playing each other. Because you need to choose, and I was like, I'm not doing that.
Stars all day long.
I'm not doing that. The first hockey game I ever saw was the Storm versus I don't remember who, but I know that there were 3 fights, and the Storm won 3-1. It was a great day.
It's a great day.
It's also $1 beer.
$1 beer.
So it's a great day.
Jeremy the Grill Master says Buffalo Ridge is where I learned how to play, where I learned to golf at.
Heck yeah.
It's a good spot out there.
Yeah, it was so sad out there last year. I went out there and they're like, yeah, it was really bad. It was really dry. So they let all the greens like grow in, they just put a stick in the middle right in front of the green.
So it was pretty bad shape when you played last.
It was horrible. It was horrible.
But new ownership has it now. You heard?
No ownership's got a hold of it. So and I can't remember who they said purchased it, but they said they're like going all in on it. So it's going to be.
If anybody's got any intel for us on Buffalo Ridge Golf Course, let us know on the text line. Let us know on the Starter Heyman. Text line 402-464-5685. If you got any intel on Buffalo Ridge,
we need to know.
Golf Course.
I want to know about the new clubhouse.
I'm going through there. I'm going through there Saturday.
Go check it out.
Yeah, going through there Saturday to see what's up.
Check out the ridge.
So go put some money into it and get a hole named after you.
I would assume
it'll be a hard pass.
I assume what they would do.
Davis, par 5. This looks like a par 3. It's a par 5.
They'd probably close it down, I would guess, all this summer, do all the remodeling and all that, and then come back strong maybe next year, maybe.
Hey, real quick before break, Corey Oaks is closed for the year.
Really?
They're totally redoing it.
Wow.
That's what I just heard that yesterday.
That's wild.
Just heard that yesterday. They shut, and they can. I mean,
yeah,
they can afford to shut that thing down if they
crazy.
want to. But I guess their new driving range, extending some holes, apparently widen some fairways.
Nice.
So that course, first of all, was Rico. That course is already insane. Yeah. First of all, if you didn't touch it for another 20 years, but it's. I'm excited to see what it's going to look like when they get done with it.
Okay.
Yep.
Unknown texter goes, Meadowlark Hills Golf Course is way better. Yes, Meadowlark. It's definitely way better. Meadowlark is definitely way better.
Oh yeah.
I'm not walking it though.
Yeah, Buffalo Ridge is like Buffalo Ridge is like if you need to get a quick 9 holes in. And Meadowlark Hills, super nice. I love that course. It's weird too because like the front 9, well, not the front 9, like the front 5, you're like playing like kind of like link style golf.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you get back to like number 6 and you're back in the woods. And I like that course. And I like Hawaii Dunes also.
Yeah.
But it was really dry out there last year too. So it hurt that course, especially sitting out in the
with no tree covers, nothing like that.
But I love Hawaii Dunes. That's another good course. So yeah, Kearney set, game on.
Applebee's, Kearney, the whole 9.
Shout out to the Big Apple Fun Center out in Kearney.
Big Apple Fun Center, yes.
Shout out to Gillies.
Well, folks, there was a national championship game last night. UConn, of course, ended up beating San Diego State last night. We'll talk more about that. Also, we have a guest coming in at 9 o'clock. A couple guests, actually, at 9 o'clock. But championship basketball when we come back. And what does it look like if Nebraska could have got a guy like a Rope on the basketball team, man?
Well, just think if they would have got UConn's guy.
Yes, Sunoco. I mean, it's
Adama Sunoco.
Sunoco. It's The Drive with AD and Raff. Rico holding down the board. 93% ticket. We're right back.
Lincoln Earth Day is on Saturday, April 15th at UNL's Innovation Campus. Green vehicles, local foods, live music, and fun family-friendly activities from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Sponsored by Johanna Rhodes Real Estate. More event details at rhoadshomes.com.
Guys, it's really happening. A live morning remote. Join Early Break and The Drive from 6 to 10 a.m. on Thursday and Friday at Double Eagle Golf on West O for the first 2 days of the Masters. Bloody Marys, simulator golf, and the Masters. What's better than that? Double Eagle Golf in the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415 or online at ambitionelectric.com. Steve's Garage Doors and Services is hiring. They are looking for a garage door installation and service technician with a clean driving record. Experience is not required as they will train for the positions. However, mechanical aptitude is required. If you want to come be a part of a small business where you're family, not just an employee, call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today to apply at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840. Steve's Garage Doors and Services.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy Easter. We hope everyone is able to enjoy time with family and friends during this joyful celebration as we remember what this day and weekend are all about. This important message comes to you from Bart, Mike, and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You are so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Decreasing cloud cover and a warm day on the way. We'll top out near 73. Winds out of the south-southeast at around 15 to 20. Very slight chance of showers this evening into tonight. A low of around 29. Windy and cooler tomorrow. Northwest winds gusting over 30 and a high of only around 50. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Tuesday. Talking a little basketball championship game. Jim Nance's final game on the call for a championship.
Goodbye, friends.
Which is crazy that it started with, 31 years. It started with Duke winning and Bobby Hurley as the point guard and ended last night with UConn winning and Dan Hurley as the head coach.
Look at that.
The Hurley connection is strong.
Hurley to Hurley.
Hurley to Hurley.
Hurl.
Well, Matt Hopp says your greens were pretty rough at Crooked Creek Sunday. Hopefully they get better. Pretty sandy. Yeah, Crooked Creek's always. I have a good time out there when I play Crooked Creek.
Yeah.
Of course, it's always a good time.
That's been a while since I've been out there. Also,
yeah. Jeremy, the grill master at Meadowlark, I chugged a pitcher of beer and then projectile vomited before I got to my truck. Too much foam. Was it too much foam or too much beer that you've had?
You chug the pitcher.
Yeah.
Seems like a bad idea in the first place.
Well, there was a game last night. Connecticut takes down number 4. Connecticut takes down number 5 San Diego State 76-59. There really wasn't a lot of surprises there. Rico, who did you have for the game last night? I mean, who did you have choosing to win?
I wanted San Diego State to win,
too.
but I chose UConn. And I'm not. And look, I'm going to say this: I didn't choose UConn in my bracket, but I did say before the tournament started, and I told Nick because he was all high on Marquette. I said, if any Big East team makes a run, it's going to be UConn.
Mm-hmm.
And I was right. I'm
Sure
just going to
enough.
rub that in his face today. So just be prepared for that.
So we'll definitely be listening to Rico and Nick later today on the water cooler because there'll be some happy hour at 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock actually.
Water cooler with Bach and me.
Water cooler with Bach and Rico. I knew we had 2 of them from 12 to 1, and then happy hours, of course, from 1 to 2 o'clock. And I know Rico will be letting Nick have it.
Yes.
On that one. Nick's score actually for the game was 74-62. That was his prediction.
Wow. Look at him.
Mine was 78-72 UConn, and Raff's was 84-80 UConn.
Just a bit outside.
Just a smidge.
Ball 4, ball 8, ball 12.
Fellas, were you?
And I'm just going to check and see who the tournament challenge winner was. Just so we can.
Yes.
This. So
on that, is it just the first place person get the
just
prizes
first
in?
place person.
Just first place.
I hope it's just first place.
Answering questions on the radio, baby.
KB Yo 88 got it right. They had UConn as their winner.
Damn.
They won that. They had UConn versus Baylor in the championship game.
Dang, hold that thought for a second, though. Think about how promising Baylor was early on and how quickly they disappeared.
Yeah.
I seriously, when you just said that, Rico, I almost forgot they were in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Baylor.
Wow.
There were 11 people on our tournament challenge that had UConn winning.
Wow.
Just 11. At least I'm thinking just 11 because that's the top 11.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, there you go.
Well, it was the game. I mean, the stats, 3-pointers was fairly, well, I guess it wasn't really fairly close. UConn was 6 for 17. They shot 35%. SDSU 26%. Of course, and I think the bigs, one of the main things, the outright 40 to 33. The bigs posed a lot of problems for them, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They posed some problems,
especially in that first half.
Yes.
But it was crazy just because they were only up 12 at the end of first half. Because even we looked at each other and like, how in the world is this a 12-point game?
Right.
I sat there and I thought, if you're San Diego State, you take being down 12.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
thinking,
Oh,
if
absolutely.
you can cut
Totally.
this to 10, or if you hit a 3 and cut this to single digits, that is the best possible outcome you could ask for a first half that looked as bad as it looked for them. They were shooting under somewhere near 29%.
Yeah, dude,
for the first half.
Rico, there was a span of over like 5 minutes where where San Diego State
They didn't score for 11 minutes.
Yeah, 11
they didn't.
minutes.
Well, they didn't score a field goal for 11 minutes. I think they had 4 free throws.
Yeah.
Or
Free throws was
in that time.
Yes.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But UConn went on like a 20-0 run or something like that because there was a point where San Diego State led 10-6.
Right.
Yep.
And then UConn went on a run.
Yep.
And just started blowing San Diego State out of the water, and they never got any closer after that, aside from the 6 points that they got close to late in the second half. But UConn dominated that entire first half. San Diego State was trying to run their offense, get it into their post players, because that's kind of what they do. They're not really a 3-point shooting team. But Sonogo and their 7-footer and their forwards, their guards, everybody was just making it rough for them to get the ball into the paint. And when they did, they weren't hitting their layups.
I think it's Karabin. I think this Connecticut's other big man is Karabin. How tall is he, dude?
7 foot.
He's a 7-footer.
I mean,
7
he
foot.
is a problem.
Let's see.
Karabin's a problem.
It says he's 6'8", 210. I don't believe that.
No way.
Oh, the one dude's 7
Karabin?
Karabin, it says 6'8". I don't know who the 7.
Dude, Karabin's got to be 7 foot, bro.
He ain't 6'8".
Oh, it's Klingon. Donovan Klingon.
Or Klingon's the
He's
one.
7'2".
Okay, there we go. There we go.
He's from Bristol, Connecticut.
Oh, Bristol.
Man.
Home of the mothership.
Huh.
7'2", 285 pounds. He is a freshman.
Dude,
Yeah, he's big.
I just want one of those guys.
He is a
I
freshman.
want one dude that's 6'11", 7 foot. Yeah, I
Well,
was telling Raff, I just want one.
One that actually looks his body type.
Yes, not one that's got to gain 80 pounds.
7'1".
265 works because
Yes, it does.
He still looks skinny, but he's not.
He's a
But
big man.
7'1", 220, 215 is not.
No.
That's
you
not
get,
gonna work.
You'll get manhandled.
We
in the
need
Big
you over
Ten.
250.
Yeah, you got to be.
Because those 7-footers are falling off trees.
Oh, you got that right. So last night's point-wise, Sunogo had 17 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist. The point guard Newton for UConn had 19 points. And the thing about the guard play was key last night because UConn's guards just ate them guys apart. You had Hawkins, who Hawkins had 16 points. Newton had 19. Newton had 10 rebounds as well. They posed a problem. Their backcourt posed a problem all night long for San Diego State. And when you have the big presence they have, they Karabon, Sunoco, and big Klingon. Dude, every time you went to the bucket, it was contested.
Yep.
I mean, they altered almost every shot that came in there. If it wasn't a jump or a three, they were altering shots. And they're physical, to your point, Raff. They're physical big men, too.
Yep.
They can play. Dude, talking to the guys, just listen to those guys this morning, to Sip and Bush and Jake on the early break. Can you imagine Nebraska would have had Sunogo?
They were,
and we were
possibly
allegedly
close.
Very close.
Yeah, they were possibly close at getting him.
I mean, I keep seeing these guys on other teams, and it's kind of like, yeah, we apparently had a chance at him.
Yeah, every once in a while I'll see a name and I just go, hey, Nebraska almost had him.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Nebraska almost had him.
I'm tired of hearing that, dude. Tired of it.
Oh boy. Here we go.
I scared you, Raff. You see Sunoco, you see a rope, you see Salas. Hunter Salas.
Hepburn.
Hunter Salas, Chucky Hepburn.
Isaac Trout.
Just keep hearing
Taylor Shireman.
Just keep hearing. We had a shot. Dude, we got to stop having the shots and get some of these guys, man. But
pretty much every player for Creighton that's from Omaha.
Yeah. No, just their whole roster.
Sharif's in the transfer portal.
Yes, he is. He's in the portal. So is Hunter Salas is in the transfer portal. So I don't know. Aaron says, if we heard anything since John Bull visited Nebraska back in February, any answers at all?
Been pretty quiet on that one.
I'm not sure.
I don't think you really hear. The thing is with the basketball recruiting, you don't really hear much about it after they visit. At least I don't believe so. At least in my expertise, which is very limited and not really expertise. They visit, you hear about their visit, maybe like a week later you'll hear how the visit went or something, and then it's just kind of radio silence.
Right.
Yeah, no comment on the Kansas State kid. Yeah, we had him too.
Yeah, unknown texter.
Deontay Johnson.
Yeah, unknown texter. You're exactly right.
You're
exactly right. Unknown texter. Lisa's dad. Everyone has. We had a shot at recruits that would have been nice to have. You're exactly right, Lisa's dad. And Thomas Lincoln almost only counts in horseshoes and grenades. You're exactly right, my man. This is interesting. The American Nightmare texts in and says the number one bracket in the world had San Diego State versus UConn, and their score prediction was 78-56. So they're off by a total of 5 points.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Dude, that's insane.
I also think that person had like 12 brackets, but whatever.
Heck, if you had 50 and still had that, is crazy. San Diego State?
There's actually two brackets tied for first.
Really?
Yeah. This person had what did this guy say? 78-56 is what that person said.
78-56.
Yeah, so that's that Armor WJ10 guy. But then the one right underneath him is a lot of numbers and stuff, and that person said 79-71.
Huh.
And they had San Diego State and UConn.
Interesting.
There was a lot of them out there.
He had the Final Four almost perfect, except he had Texas over Miami to make it.
Dude, think about, I was telling Raff last night, if you're Houston, you got that game, it's in your hometown.
Calvin
You're the number
Sampson
one
looking
team
on
in the country.
You
and
let
just
it,
like,
let her slide.
We let it go.
Well, if their point guard doesn't get hurt before the American American Conference Championship game, and he's still healthy for the tournament, I think they win.
It could be different
because them against UConn would have been fun because they also have some big men that are extremely talented and some very good guards.
Yeah, they're guards of the truth.
So if their best player doesn't get hurt, Who knows?
It would have been nuts, though, to see Houston in it last night just for the Jim Nantz factor, being his final game and being that he called games for Houston back in the day. That would have been interesting.
Wild.
No, Jim, you're not Kent Pavelka. You cannot root for Houston.
They would have taken Jim off. They take Jim off because
And
they're like, no favoritism. We can't have this.
Well, folks, 76-59, Connecticut beats San Diego State. They are the top dogs in college basketball this year. The madness is finally over. The madness is finally over, and it's time to square one again. We come back. We got some history. We have some guests. We have some Husker reports. We have a lot of football as well to talk about, too, folks. So join us on the other side of this break after word from our sponsorships. The Drive with AD and Rav, 937 Ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
There's a new way to vacay when you fly LNK. Check out brand new service at the Lincoln Airport to some of America's favorite travel destinations. Catch convenient nonstop flights to Vegas, Atlanta, Minneapolis, Orlando, Austin, Dallas, or Nashville when you fly via Redway. With so many affordable options to choose from, planning your vacation has never been easier. Visit GoFlyRed.com and book today. Flights are public charters offered by Global X Air Tours LLC and operated by Global Crossing Airlines Incorporated.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with roof credit.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Chances are you've tried fruitcake before. Chances are it looked pretty weird. Lots of colors that don't really exist in nature. Chances are it tasted weird. Chances are you need to try fruitcake again. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. None of that weird stuff you didn't like. Just real fruit, premium nuts, and the delicious flavor combination of brandy, bourbon, and rum to meld all that together. See for yourself. Grandma's Fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Welcome back, Husker fans. Eustace Body Shop is happy to welcome the best fans in college football back to Lincoln. With gold-class certified service, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop can call the right plays to keep you in the game. Whether it's in Lincoln at 88th and Highway 2 or at any of our other 5 locations across Nebraska, Eustace Body Shop can help get you back on the road. Go Big Red.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen.
Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC is great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Creighton would have. That's the best part. They would have beat FAU. They would have been in the national title, but they're not. That's too bad. You guys can wallow for them, and I'll just celebrate over here and say it's a great day to be in Nebraska.
I'm just amazed by that tape. I'm amazed by that.
You can be amazed all you want. It ain't changing. Nothing you say is going to change my stance on this game.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Chris Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Tuesday. AD. It's almost that time of the day.
Oh man, I'm a little sad, bro.
I don't know how this is all gonna play out for us here.
Well, it is history time.
It
is history, but as we all know, there's no more Sam Cooke. We're not allowed to play Sam Cooke.
Oh, there can be Sam Cooke in our voices, AD.
Well, let's see if we can do it.
Now punting.
Don't 1, 2, 3, 4.
Don't know much about history. Don't know much about biology. Don't know much about a science book.
Don't know much about the French I took. But I do know that I love you. And I know if you love me too. And
what a
terrible.
wonderful world
It
this
would
be.
Rico.
We're going to have to record that professionally.
Yeah, we got to change it up. That sounded terrible.
That was beautifully terrible.
My
dark, twisted,
terrible.
we sang it as good as we could.
JHB, God, please make it
we do what we can on the drive.
I'm proud of both of you.
There's going to come a time where the listeners going to be like, we just want to hear them sing.
You guys did a
Sam
wonderful
Cooke.
job.
Not in this lifetime.
This is just fantastic. Okay, get into your history.
Check this out in sports
History,
history. And this does
history,
not
history.
seem right, man. 1989, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's last NBA game in Seattle.
89.
Rico, wait a minute.
Nope.
You weren't even born.
Nope.
Kareem
Oh my gosh.
Abdul-Jabbar.
I never saw Kareem play.
That doesn't seem right, dude.
I've watched a ton of clips of Kareem play.
Whatever.
That kind of reminded me of when Milli Vanilli tried to prove that they could sing by themselves.
Ooh, that.
Oh,
That's a good insult.
That is awesome. Blame it on the rain.
Dude, we sounded terrible.
You guys
and
sounded
they
great.
sounded real terrible. Dude, Rico.
You guys are great.
Cool Hand Luke, man. That was probably one of the greatest texts ever because here's the reality.
That's fantastic.
We used to meet Jay Pitts. We used to rock them after football practice, man. Milli Vanilli, man.
Yeah.
Girl, you know what's true.
Girl, you know it's
And then they came out and tried to say, no, we can really sing. We were like,
Well, I've always wondered is there was somebody singing. So where is the real Milli Vanilli? If they were that good, why didn't they just come out?
I have no idea what all went down. I didn't study that. But I think one of them.
One of them's dead.
Yeah, one of them
He committed suicide.
Yeah,
I
one of them
believe.
committed suicide,
Yeah.
unfortunately, man.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was bad, man. That was a bad deal. 1974, Hank Aaron ties Babe Ruth's home run record by hitting the 714th in Cincinnati, facing Jack Billingham. Also in sports, which is fitting for this week being the Masters week, 1937 4th Augusta National Invitation Tournament, the Masters. Byron Nelson wins first of his 5 major titles by 2 strokes ahead of Ralph Goodall. Wow.
These tweets.
What's that?
Yeah, it sounded great.
My ears are bleeding.
It sounded great.
It sounded good.
Yeah, Cool Hand Luke, that did take an unfortunate turn.
Yeah.
We're just like, that was hilarious. By the way, this guy.
No, that's been like 20 years ago.
Yeah, he's been gone for a while. And it's not discrediting. I mean, obviously, not
We've
belittling what happened.
moved on. Well done, Millie Vanilli. Proud of you guys.
Yeah.
And then it is John Hanna's birthday today. I'd like to bring the football history to the radio station.
Who's that?
John Hanna. He played offensive guard for the Patriots.
Did you just ask who John Hanna was?
In the 70s
Seriously,
and
no idea.
80s.
Never heard of him.
He is possibly one of the greatest offensive linemen of all time.
Only because it's the Patriots is why you knew. If he played for any other team, you would have no idea who he
John
was.
Hanna. John Hanna's the GOAT. What are you talking about?
You know, he was the very first.
How dare you?
Never heard of him.
The very
Anything
first
Patriots, I care less.
The very first Patriot put up in their like Ring of Fame or whatever they call there. He was the very first one. And it's crazy for me because he grew up in Albertville, Alabama, and that's where I always go to all the time. So every time I'm in Albertville, I'm always like, yep,
John Hanna.
This is where John Hog Hanna became
it all in.
the man he was.
Breathe the same air.
Yep.
Yeah,
now he's a farmer.
Is he?
Yep. He or a cow or what do they call it? A rancher.
How old is he now?
Oh, he's probably 72, 73, some.
Oh yeah, yeah. I wouldn't pay attention to that.
But yeah, he was a machine.
Wouldn't pay attention.
That was a man. That was a man.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Right there. John Hanna, the GOAT.
So there's a lot of changes there in Husker history. I'm trying to pull it up. I got it up here. In Husker history, I think this is something that's going to happen more this year. 2008. Remember this? Raff in particular, Cody Glenn moves from running back to linebacker.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Remember that?
Yeah.
Cody Glenn was a running back.
That actually paid off for him because I believe he actually played for the Colts for a couple of years.
He actually ended up playing pretty good.
Yeah.
Playing pretty good.
Yep.
But to go from running back to linebacker is a major change, from getting hit to delivering hits at that position. But Cody Glenn made that move.
You see running backs move to like corner or safety, and it's like pretty, not seamless, but it's pretty smooth transition. But running back to linebacker,
it's a major move.
I see fullback to linebacker.
Yeah. And Cody Glenn
he's
was
a big linebacker or a big running back.
He was a bruiser.
Yeah,
running the
so
ball.
that's close.
Yeah, he was. Real quick, Qdoba guys, thoughts on the 13th hole change? They changed it at the. They were top. What did all they change?
They made it longer now. So it used to you'd hit your drive and then you'd have like 8 iron in.
Yeah,
whatever.
They extended it.
So now they've made it longer. So where now, like I think Bryson DeChambeau said, the first day he was there, he was with the wind and he still had 8 iron in. But the second day he was there, he had like 4 iron in. So now you got. But a lot like Dustin, I think they said Dustin Johnson said he's going to lay up all 4 days. So. It's par 5, so
yeah,
we'll see.
Thanks, Tiger.
Yeah, so Qdoba guy, I think at least 45 yards longer than it is right now. I think it makes it interesting.
There won't be as many eagles, but it will be more like that last day. And if you're 2 strokes behind,
you got a chance on that par 5.
Well, maybe I get out the 4 or 5 iron and try and bomb one and
let's
put
risk
one on
it.
the green. Yeah, it's not like it used to be. Now they used to have 8 iron in and they could just put it in the middle of the green.
See, there were some guys using 9 irons on that.
Yeah.
hole,
man.
Oh yeah. 9 irons.
I don't know what any of this means.
For guys like basically, it's a lot shorter. It's a lot shorter.
Yeah.
So for a lot of those guys, a 8 iron in would be what 175, 180. For some of those guys, 175, 180, or shorter than that actually. Probably 165, 175. That'd be 180.
I mean, it's still driver for me, but
yeah. If I'm going out there, just like, give me a distance. Well, folks, that was history segment. We're gonna have to work on the singing part.
Yeah.
We're just gonna say,
why would you work on it? It was fantastic. Never work on it.
Horrible.
I think if we like,
we gotta record
tune it up, and we can work on it.
No, don't work on it.
Yeah,
keep it exactly the same. Don't practice.
I feel
when you practice, it feels fake and hollow. I need from your heart.
Oh, that was from my heart.
Exactly, every time.
Yeah, I think it's still gonna sound bad. I appreciate it. I think it's still gonna sound bad. Folks, we got guests coming up after the break. AD, and Raff, Rico holding it down the board. The Drive, 937 The Ticket. Be right back.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You were so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish, and sleep on their sides, shrimp, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let that fix you a plate.
A lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job. Gaina Trucking offers health and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC has great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
I wanted to quit for so long, but I didn't know where to start.
I was afraid of what people would think, but then I found the right support to start my recovery journey. 1 in 14 Americans reports experiencing a substance use disorder, a treatable medical condition. Treatment can take many forms, a variety of options to explore and find the one that works best for you. Recovery from drug addiction is possible.
Paid for by the CDC, sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy Easter. We hope everyone is able to enjoy time with family and friends during this joyful celebration as we remember what this day and weekend are all about. This important message comes to you from Bart, Mike, and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Welcome back, Husker fans. Eustace Body Shop is happy to welcome the best fans in college football back to Lincoln. With Gold Class certified service, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop can call the right place to keep you in the game. Whether it's in Lincoln at 88th and Highway 2 or at any of our other 5 locations across Nebraska, Eustace Body Shop can help get you back on the road. Go Big Red.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Welcome into The Drive with AD and Raff. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history. We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
Brought to you by Sand Hills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. It is Tuesday, The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. We got guests back in studio. Mr. Jeff Essink and the man, the myth, the legend, Marky Mark.
Heyo. Marcus, weird seeing you behind that the soundboard over there, engineering everything.
You know, I like to do it all. You know,
the natural. Now batting Roy.
You know what, Jeff? It is good to have you back in the studio with us, man. I know it kicks back off. Another 10-week challenge kicks off on Saturday. We definitely want to have, because I know you're going to be obviously on our show right now. Any more this week with anybody else?
No, we've been through the ringer here, so we're
Whole
good.
ringer.
Yep.
Whole ringer. It's 10 weeks. It starts Saturday. Both gyms, 70th and Vine, right there, middle lane,
Mm-hmm.
and as well as one on Yankee Hill. Jeff, how did you and Mark get connected?
Well, we got connected because Farrell started doing advertising on the ticket.
Mm-hmm.
So Jake had reached out, and the first thing that we did with the ticket was we were a sponsor of the Ticket Tailgate Show.
Yeah.
During the 2021 season.
Mm-hmm.
So I came in and chatted with these guys, and Mark was in his office, and I think I was on with Mike Schaefer when he had his show.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards we went in there and chatted, and I originally reached out to Mark about doing the 10 weeks in June of 2021.
We actually just found that email over the weekend. June 2021.
Yeah.
He reached out and said, "Hey, we'd love to have you do the 10 weeks, go through it, see what it's all about."
Yeah.
I ghosted him.
Yeah.
All right, Mark's like, I'm good with where I'm at.
Yeah, hard pass. Hard pass.
Which that happens a lot to me, right?
Yeah, you get ghosted a lot.
Yeah, I send a text message, I never hear back from people.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm used to it. Yeah. But my original email was, I was also like throwing my credentials out there for a job here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I just got off the show, and then I was throwing my limited resume out there, like, oh, if you ever need somebody to fill in, and I still didn't hear anything.
He gave me his availability.
Yeah. I struck out. I was 0 for 2 on that email.
All right, we got there with you.
So Mark was, when we started our show, which was a year ago, Mark was running the board. I don't know if I think like he may have been like, okay, you're in here. I don't know if he wanted to do it or if this was just his job, right?
Yeah.
So there's
somebody had to do it.
Nobody else that wanted to come in, because there were no other like live shows on Sunday. Like, we were kind of the first one on Sunday morning. So like Bigger Than the Score wasn't on. They had that American Senior Benefits.
Yeah.
I mean, so
Sunday
later,
morning pancakes hadn't started or anything.
Yeah. So it was we just kind of all got started. So our very first guest was Lance Farrell, and Mark was sitting here listening to Lance talk about the program and why it's successful and why it works. And after the show, he was talking to Nicole, like, well, I mean, maybe I should do this, because he originally wanted to do it, well, I mean, for himself, but also for content for the show.
Guinea pig.
Yeah. So I wasn't part of that conversation. I mean, him and Nicole were talking about it. And so he signed up, and we started a week later, and now we're a year later, and that's kind of how it got started.
Mark, what was it about that conversation that a few texts here? Chase B. Sounds like Scotch Frost conversation getting ghosted. Nyland said Mark loves to ghost people.
That's true. Sorry about that now. Yeah.
Wow, this is really cool.
I call
Brian
it being
T.
selective.
There you go.
Brian T says, "Wow, Mark, good thing your voice is the same. Barely recognize you on the stream. Amazing job, man. Putting in that work.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
absolutely." Mark, what was it about the conversation you heard? Because to me, it's kind of like my dad. My dad, God rest his soul, was a pastor. He goes, if you just preach the gospel, they'll listen. You'll get them converted. What was the gospel of Lance, if you would, and Jeff, and the whole first one? What got you? Said, you know what? I'm going to do this.
Yeah. So I sat here in this chair, listened to them have an hour-long conversation about the program, and just going through how many lives it had affected, and just for 20 years that Farrell's has been in existence, or whatever it is that they've been doing this program, and just over and over again seeing results after results from people from all walks of lives, from all different situations, and it started to sink in that if I went all in on it, I couldn't fail with it. The other thing that he talked about was his own experiences in life. He had just come back from a trip to Kilimanjaro, and just things like that. And I thought, there's no way I, in my current state, could come close to doing anything like that. And I hated that. I hated that idea of being limited in what I can do in life by my own physical fitness. And so after my 10 weeks, and when I'm signed up for the national challenge now, which is 1 year after your initial 10 weeks. So I've got 10 weeks to go on that. But I made a list of, here are things that I want to do in the next year. Just things that I couldn't do previously. And it was things like run a 5K, run a 10K. I'm signed up for the Lincoln Half in a month.
Congrats on that.
I climbed some mountains in Colorado, some of the 14ers there in Colorado, because I thought it's standing on top of those mountains and seeing that view it's a bucket list thing that not everybody gets to do. And I want to be able to do it. I don't want to be limited by it. I'm signed up to jump out of an airplane at the end of May because that's something I've wanted to do for a long time, but there are weight limits to that.
What, 235, I think, or
depending on where you go, it's anywhere from 220 to 250. And I at the time was so far past that it wasn't even in the realm of possibility.
I try to stay over 250 at all times.
So you don't have to do
not
it.
To put that thought, not even have that thought in my head.
But anytime I've lost weight before, I'd always put that 220 as my goal, because for that reason, like I don't want to say I can't do something, and I'd never reached it before, but I'm signed up to do it in a month, and I'm really looking forward to it. I got a tattoo for the first time because I had the body confidence to get a tattoo on my body. I was always worried about how it would look, and not that I think I'm a physical specimen or anything like that. Now it's more I have the confidence to not care how it looks. Like I'm going to do it for me because it makes me happy.
Jeff, what was it about Mark? Why didn't you give up? Why did you? He ghosted you, and that's not me saying it. He said it. I mean, so it's not me putting words in his mouth. Didn't want to deal with it. How do you? And Jeff, when it comes to something like this, because it is, we joke and we laugh, but it's a very serious subject for a lot of people too, man. I mean, to where it's something that they. Most people who are overweight or out of shape, they know they are. So it's not like, we're sharing anything new. How do you even start to breach those conversations with people? Oh, man.
Well, I mean, most of the time it's people are reaching out to me, right?
Yeah.
So, they'll hear an ad or they'll see a Facebook ad or they have a friend that does it, and they'll kind of request more information. We've done like parades and worked health fairs, and, I'm not a big like, here's a brochure. Like, I think you need to do this. Like, that's not me, right?
Right.
I mean, so I always have
here's a brochure. You
standing on the side of the road with this sign.
Well, right. Like, oh, here, I think you could use this. Like you give that to a woman, she'll smack you upside the head. Right?
Absolutely.
and it's funny because I always have like a lot of guys will text me and like, oh, I'm going to tell my wife about this, and I'm always like, I always text them like, you need to tread lightly.
Be careful. Warning.
But we get a lot of that, So like, or usually when a lady's like, well, my husband heard about you. And I'm always like, oh, did he hear about us on the ticket? Well, yes, So it's really not, I mean, I just asked Mark because, I figured I would, my main goal was to be on the radio. Yeah. His health was second, right? So that's why, like, if you look at this email, like 90% of it is like, here's my credentials, right, to come and fill in. And then there was one line at the end, like, hey, we'd really love to have you. And that was it.
It was really just so you could be around me more and keep pitching yourself.
Right.
Yeah, I get it.
So, but yeah, and I, like we waited 10 months before he started. And that's usually the case with a lot of people. I mean, we've been on the ticket for a year and a half, almost 2 years, like, promoting the 10-week challenge. And I know that we have people that enroll every 10 weeks that are like, I've been thinking about this for a year.
Yeah.
I've heard you guys for a year.
Right.
But you really have to be mentally prepared.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want somebody to join the challenge just because, this is the thing to do. Like, we want you to really want to change your lifestyle, so we just don't want you to sign up and quit in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We want you to sign up and be a member for a long time and learn that lifestyle change. In fact, I just kind of posted on my Facebook. There was a little cartoon where it had lifestyle change, one booth,
taking the pills
in the other booth. And the line for that booth is just around the corner, and the lifestyle change is empty.
Right.
So I posted, I'm like, and I think I shared that a year ago, and I'm like, okay, it's a year later, it's the same thing. Everybody's looking for a quick fix.
Yeah.
Whatever the newest fad is to do.
Yeah.
And a lot of times the newest fad is replacing the old fad.
Yeah.
Because you got temporary results, but they weren't permanent changes.
Right.
Like, the only way to get permanent changes is to create a lifestyle change, meaning developing a good relationship with food, creating good habits.
Right.
And those habits will lead to good results.
I love it. Jeremy the Grill Master says, Mark, you're part of the inspiration for me to do this great job, man. You should be proud of what you've accomplished.
Jeremy, let me respond. Jeremy, I appreciate that. And Jeremy's going to be in my 5 a.m. class. He's going to be there at 5 a.m. at Yankee Ridge. So I get the privilege of coaching Jeremy there. Jeremy, we're gonna work closely together. I'm looking forward to it.
That is awesome, man. Mark, when you come across people, I'm going to ask you this. We'll go to break, and Jeff, you stick around for a second, another segment. Mark, when you see people that you haven't seen in a long time, what's their initial reaction?
People have really nice comments. What has stood out to me is I have nephews on my side of the family and my wife's side of the family, and they're about the same age. They're about 7. So I saw them at Christmas separately, and they both had the same reaction. They walk in the room, they see me, they point and go, "What happened?" And I didn't know what to tell them.
What
happened? I came home the other day from a workout, and so I was wearing, cut off or whatever I was wearing, and I was goofing around and I flexed, and so my daughter, who's 14, saw my muscle, and she goes, "Ew, what is? It's like you have a ball in your arm. That's gross, Dad."
Mark is like, "Thank you."
Yeah, right. I will take that. Biggest compliment I've gotten so far. Thanks, kid. No, people are great. I appreciate. I mean, Brian said it on the text line. I get a lot of folks who say, I wouldn't recognize you if I didn't know who you were. I wouldn't recognize you.
See, I don't think because we started this in January of 2022.
Your guys' show?
Yeah, on Wednesday nights.
Oh, yeah.
January 2022. Yep.
See, you were already losing weight at that point.
I hadn't started yet. I didn't start
You
till
hadn't
April.
started yet?
I didn't start till
Not
April.
at all.
Yeah. I'm right at 1 year.
Yeah.
But see, you were rarely here in the evenings. Though.
Yeah. You
So
didn't see me much.
I didn't see Mark
Yeah.
much at all.
Yep.
It's like I saw him like on pictures, and then I saw him in person. I'm like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Because you were never here. Because you were evening time, you weren't here.
Nope.
It didn't have to be
Yeah.
at 7 o'clock
Right.
at night.
Right.
Yeah,
we didn't cross paths a lot.
Yeah, we didn't cross paths a lot. So every time I saw you, you were there. There was like the shrinking, disappearing Mark.
Yeah.
Mark.
Each time I saw him, it was different.
Where'd that 4th grader go?
Yeah, he literally lost a 4th grader.
Yeah. I don't know if we've said so far. I'm down 125 pounds.
Good gosh.
Yeah. It's a person. It's a person. That is my 14-year-old daughter.
That is something.
So you should, pick her up one day.
Oh man.
And try to walk a mile holding her.
Yeah.
Like carrying her on your back.
Wow.
Like, and think about how much stress and strain were on your ankles, your
Yeah.
knees, your hips,
How hard his
your-
heart was
your-
working.
your back.
If she would
right?
ever let me just fireman carry her down the street for a mile, I would absolutely do that. There's no way she, as a 14-year-old girl, will ever let me do that. But I would be for it. Yeah. No, I think about that in class though. I'll grab the dumbbells. I'm like, well, this is half of what I've lost. Like, if I should be able to do this with a fair amount of ease. So that it is a motivating factor for me when I'm trying to pick out weights.
Yeah, and I want people to understand too, like just because Mark has a Farrell's membership, that doesn't mean he automatically changes, right? He's changed because he's wanted to. And he's
Yes.
been consistent. It's kind of our theme for the upcoming challenge is you don't have to be extreme. You just be consistent.
Consistent, yeah.
In your eating, consistent in your attendance. And, there'll be days where you screw up.
Yeah.
And that's okay. AD, we need a gallon of ice cream at midnight.
Yes.
Just brush it off. I mean, it's fine.
Yes.
We're all human, right?
It happens to me a lot.
So
hence why I have to work out.
Right.
I get to. I'll put it that way. Get to.
So you just wake up the next day and you take the next day one day at a time, one meal at a time, and we're all going to have slip ups. I mean, we're human.
Absolutely.
So it's not like you have to get all of your transformations in 10 weeks. I mean, 10 weeks is just kind of the beginning of your lifestyle change.
Yeah.
And some people will stay with us, and some people, Farrell's is the jump start they need to go on and do bigger and better things. I mean, so whatever role we play in people's journey, that's cool with us.
Before we go to break here, this is Aaron that texted, and he goes, "Morning, guys. The last time I was at the ticket, I walked right by Mark without saying anything. I didn't recognize him until after I walked by again and said, 'Mark?' He said, 'Yes.' And I said, 'I didn't even recognize you.'" Great job, Mark.
Appreciate it, Aaron. Appreciate it.
That is remarkable right there. When we come back, Jeff, I want to talk more about too. You just mentioned that the consistent part and how that's such a huge part. Because I think people think sometimes, well, there's no way I could do that for 10 weeks. Well, Mark's got a great story, but I couldn't do that. I want you guys to talk about the mindset of consistency. When you do fall off the wagon, what do you do? Those who have been successful, why they've been successful at doing it, And again, I know, Jeff, we had you on the show last week, but in case those missed it, I can't get enough of your story and hearing enough for that hopefully it encourage and inspire someone else, like it did for Mark and the many others, and Raff as well. Raff sitting right here, one of our $1,000 winners back in 2018, pre-COVID years.
Yeah, probably 2019, probably
2019. When Raff won, the mindset it takes him to do that. So we're going to take a quick break, folks, and work from our sponsor. We'll be back with Jeff and Mark talking about FXB and not just fitness, but lifestyle changes. On the drive with AD and Raff, we'll be right back on 97 The Ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs. You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April, with some restrictions applying. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info, or call 402-467-1627.
Welcome back, Husker fans. Eustace Body Shop is happy to welcome the best fans in college football back to Lincoln. With Gold Class certified service, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop can call the right plays to keep you in the game. Whether it's in Lincoln at 88th and Highway 2 or at any of our other 5 locations across Nebraska, Eustace Body Shop can help get you back on the road. Go Big Red.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
I wanted to quit for so long, but I didn't know where to start.
I was afraid of what people would think, but then I found the right support to start my recovery journey. 1 in 14 Americans reports experiencing a substance use disorder, a treatable medical condition. Treatment can take many forms, so there are a variety of options to explore and find the one that works best for you. Recovery from drug addiction is possible.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Chances are you've tried fruitcake before. Chances are it looked pretty weird. Lots of colors that don't really exist in nature. Chances are it tasted weird. Chances are you need to try fruitcake again. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. None of that weird stuff you didn't like, just real fruit, premium nuts, and the delicious flavor combination of brandy, bourbon, and rum to meld all that together. See for yourself. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com. Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415 or online at ambitionelectric.com.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Decreasing cloud cover and a warm day on the way. We'll top out near 73. Winds out of the south-southeast at around 15 to 20. Very slight chance of showers this evening into tonight. A low of around 29. Windy and cooler tomorrow. Northwest winds gusting over 30 and a high of only around 50. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 97 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Tuesday. We got Jeff and Mark here with us today in studio.
Boom. Jeff, Mark, what do you think of Caitlin Clark?
Big fan.
Big fan. Big
Want to spend
fan.
the next 20 minutes talking about it?
No, we've talked about that ad nauseum. But we also, what needs to be talked about ad nauseum a lot more too is just the mindset it takes. Mark, was there ever a time that you felt like, I'm done with this, I don't want to do this anymore? During your challenge,
There are moments of mental exhaustion. I would put it that way, because for me it was such a complete 180 lifestyle change. You know, before joining Farrell's, every meal needed to be the most extravagant, most filling, most whatever. Put in your superlative right there. And I put a lot of effort into finding that meal every time I ate food. So to turn that into finding nutritious meals, the foods that are going to fuel me the best for the workouts in the morning, it was a big shift for me. So a lot of mental energy has gone into the food side of things to try and create better habits. So for me, that's where some of the tiredness, the weariness creeps up. I like the workouts. The workouts are fun. I very rarely have a hard time rolling out of bed to get myself to Farrell's because I mean you get to go punch and kick things.
Yeah.
Like what a great way to start the day.
And they're very, I mean, I think I worked out for at least almost 2 years before I had a workout that was the same as the one I'd
For sure. Yeah.
previously
Yeah, you never
done.
know what you're getting into.
And usually those were just the when you go the snake and the ring of fire
Yeah,
or
like
whatever
different types of workouts.
But
Yeah.
everything else, it's always different because you always got, for the most part, you always have like a different instructor almost every day. So
Yeah.
they have different ideas and they're, fun. Sometimes you walk in.
Big ol' air quotes around that word.
Sometimes you walk in and you see an instructor and you're like, uh-oh.
Well, and one of the great things about Farrell's is, we talk about the instructors and how, we're kicking your butt and we don't teach in the Jillian Michaels sense where we're screing at you.
Right.
We're in your, I mean,
Right.
sometimes I'll get in Raff's face or,
if AD's had too much water.
Yeah. Once we're friends, right? Like when you first start, I'm not going to do anything like that.
Right.
But, once I'll get a little bit more comfortable, but all of our instructors have done the 10-week challenge.
Right.
They all started in the same position, not knowing anything about Farrell's, never done a kickboxing class. And they join with the 10-week challenge. They get their picture taken. They do all the testing. They're sore. They don't know how to punch a bag. And now, the reason they instruct is because Farrell's helped change their life.
Right.
So now they're helping change others. That's really the only reason that they instruct for us, is because they like to help motivate and encourage and see people change.
Yeah.
And, a lot of the instructors, after a while, they're like asking about Mark, like, what? Like just asking me questions. I'm like, yeah, he's down 70 pounds. Oh my gosh. Like, so people are noticing him in class. And another cool thing about Farrell's is not only can you change yourself, but once you start changing yourself, you can be instrumental in motivating and helping others change as well. You don't have to be an instructor or coach, but you're just being a role model, an example in class, working hard. And maybe when the new group starts, some of our fit members will come up to the people that they've never met and say, man, great job. You killed it today.
They do it to me all the time.
But yeah, they think you're new.
Routinely.
That's just the community and the family type atmosphere that you see in any class that you go to.
For sure. Yeah. And just to add on to that, I know if I'm having a down day, there's 3 or 4 people in the gym. I just have to watch them for a few minutes. Like, all right, if they're going hard like that today, I can step it up. I can go harder than I am.
Yeah.
And you're right. That inspiration comes from all over the place in the gym.
Well, I'll tell you what else I like about Farrell's too is that, and I know people have different ways they gauge their workouts. I love my zone. I like to see what I'm doing, where I'm at, and I have a goal in my head every time I go in there. I got a number that I want to hit. Some people use them, some people don't. I like that aspect, Jeff, because I always make it a competition against myself. In a thing that I've always said in my head, maximize the 45. Right. 45 minutes, maximize the 45. And there's days to where there's days where my 20% is my 100% for that day. That's all I got to take.
Right.
Yeah, man. It's just, but then I'm thinking, I'm looking at my monitor. I'm like, no, I can step this up a little bit more. AD finished them out strong. So how is that helped? As far as that, just for that mindset, Jeff, you have the my zones, you have the competitions. What else helps people stay consistently? Those, like you said, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, just consistent. Your people that stay and do it for a long time, what are some of the key factors with that?
Well, it's really up to the person. Like we have a quote in both gyms.
Famous guy. Famous alert. Famous guy alert.
And the quote says, strong reasons, weaken excuses.
Yes.
Right? So you talk about that at every orientation. Like, what's your reason for doing this? My reason is my dad died at 69 of a stroke. My grandpa died at 73 of a stroke. My dad's brother died at 70 of a stroke. Right? That's in our family, but I'm not going to let that be a reason why I don't take care of myself. Right. I'm going to do everything that I can to try to break that family trait that we have and not use it as I'm going to be dead anyway at 70, so I might as well just do what I want.
Right.
It's going to happen to me. Now, it might happen to me. It might not.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to use that as a reason not to do what we're doing.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of my reason.
Absolutely. Well, Mark, you mentioned some of yours earlier, but what was your reason for you mentioned that Kilimanjaro, the skydiving, just overall lifestyle. What keeps you going though? You mentioned the things that kept you going, why you wanted to do it, but even the 1-year challenge. I mean, why do it?
It's a pertinent question right now for me. The reasons why I started were all internal, right? And things I wanted for myself. They were selfish, and not that there's anything wrong with that. They were all about ways I wanted to change my life.
Right.
In the last week, I've had some family members, some people close to me, going through some things where I've really realized that I need to be strong for other people. And the last year has prepared me physically, mentally, emotionally to do that. If the things that are happening right now had happened a year ago, I would not have been able to handle it.
Right.
I'm in a much better position. So I just kind of had this revelation this morning, probably, about how, for whatever reason I thought I was joining Farrell's.
Yeah.
This is why I was joining Farrell's, is to be ready for this moment that's happening right now, because other people need me to be strong.
You bet. You bet. And you know, Mark, it's amazing to where you see yourself do hard things. That spreads to other areas of your life. If I did this, I can handle this.
For sure.
You know, and only that, just from the physical standpoint, it's all connected, mind, body, and soul, man. It is all connected. When the body doesn't feel good, man, it spreads in other areas real quick, you know, and vice versa. When it does feel good, it gives you the strength to endure emotional things that happen in life. You know, it really helps, and it's therapeutic. Because like you mentioned, that bag, every morning to get up and hit that bag, man, there's been mornings and afternoons. I go various times. There's been times there's been an issue on that bag. There's been a face on that bag. There's been me on that bag.
Yeah.
There's been anger on that bag. There's been grief unfortunately has been a thing on the bag for me the past number of years on that bag, you know, and it's my time to go and punch and kick that bag as much as I want. And really it's a cleansing too. You know, it's a cleansing on the bag, man, because you just you're trying to just wear yourself out while you're on it, bro. You just kind of wear yourself out.
Yeah. We were doing ball slams this morning with the medicine ball, just slamming them into the ground, and I thought I was going to pop that thing. I mean, I don't think I've ever slammed it so hard.
So one of our members at Meadow Lane, Cheeseburger, who's a big texter of the show, big fan of the
Cheeseburger, what's up, baby?
He has a goal. He wants to break one of those balls open. And he's never been able to.
Good luck.
So he slams that thing just as hard as he can, and that's one of his goals, and he hasn't been able to do it yet. So, but he keeps trying.
I love it. I love it.
So when you mentioned the ball slams, if he's listening, he can relate.
All right, Cheeseburger, we'll see who can do it first. Okay, all right.
I've always wondered all those times where AD goes up and hugs the bag, and now I know he sees my face.
Love you, brother.
Chase B says, what is the 10-week challenge price again for future reference?
So the 10-week challenge for ticket listeners is $299. It's regularly $449. We give $150 off for the ticket listeners. Easy way to enroll for the challenge. There's still lots of time. You can just go to theticketfm.com, and there is an enrollment link right on the front page of the tickets website.
And you get gloves.
Yeah, it comes with gloves, wraps, all the nutrition, our 3 fitness evaluations, chance to win $1,000, all that.
Jeff, before we go to break, man, we're on the show last week. We talked about it, but why did Jeff Essink decide to do Farrell's?
Oh, I was just at a place. I was 30 years old, and I had just got denied life insurance. Just my liver and kidneys just weren't functioning properly. I just had, half of my body was fat, and I was in sales, drove all over the state of Iowa and Nebraska, Missouri, and I had a lot of excuses, right? Like I drive 30,000 miles a year. I'm on the road. I work nights. I don't have time to prepare my meals. But when I got denied life insurance, I couldn't call the life insurance agent and say, okay, Mr. Raff, You're my life insurance guy that just denied me life insurance.
Mhm.
You know I got denied. I know I'm in bad health, but I have a lot of reasons why. I'm in sales. I'm on the road. I have 2 kids, a wife at home. I'm trying to pay a mortgage. I don't have time to prepare my meals, and I'm just gone all the time. I couldn't call and tell him that. And he's
Right.
like, oh, well, okay. Well,
Yeah.
you're approved then. Same with like when you get type 2 diabetes or heart disease,
Yeah.
or you're diagnosed with some health issue that could have been. Now, sometimes people get health issues that are unpreventable, right?
It's in the genes.
Right. But things that you can prevent, like me getting denied life insurance, I could have prevented that. So you can't call the cardiologist and say, okay, I have heart disease. I'm busy. I have kids and family and stress. And is there any way that we could undo that diagnosis and I'm fine? No, it's there. Right. So I think you've kind of talked about this too. Like, you're making deposits into your future.
Absolutely.
Right? When we're 30, 35, 40, we don't think about when we're 60, 65, 70. I want to be around as long as I can for my grandkids.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
I want to see them graduate high school. I mean, I don't have any grandkids, but like my dad passed. Well,
There was an announcement.
No announcement. So my dad passed away. My daughter was 11 and my son was 8. That was 8 years ago. And they didn't get to have that time with grandpa, because he was gone. So I want to be that grandparent that's here for as long as I can be here.
Yeah.
That's under my control. Some things are not in my control. But as you always say, we can only control what we can control, right?
Absolutely.
So we need to take advantage of those things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, folks, Jeff, every time that like I said, I hear your story, Mark, when I see your story, because you're a walking billboard of someone that said enough's enough. It keeps me inspired, keeps me going. The 10-week challenge starts on Saturday.
Yep.
And again, they can go, Jeff, how they find more about information out?
You can just go on to theticketfm.com if you're ready to enroll. If you want some more information, just the fxblincoln.com. You can fill out a request form. Those go directly to me. So you can text me and I'll get right back to you.
And you got to, like, say there's a family going out of town for Easter this weekend. They can start
if you're going to be gone over the weekend, because I get people say, well, I'm going to miss orientation. That's okay. We do the orientation on our Facebook page live. So you can go watch it at any time over the weekend.
Yeah.
If you're going to miss a day or you have a vacation planned, we also have a virtual component. We have somebody enrolled to do the challenge that lives in Richmond, Virginia, who's going to be doing the FXB 10-week challenge from Richmond, Virginia, which is pretty cool. So you can really do it from anywhere. You just have to have the mindset that you're ready and you're willing and you're able to make a change. If you're not ready to make a change, don't sign up for Ferals.
Don't sign up.
But
Absolutely.
if you're ready, we're going to be there to help you.
Brian T says, my kickboxing is cycling. I can't believe how much my blood pressure has dropped and weight has dropped just mostly by biking and to and from work. Brian T, congrats on that.
That's
David
awesome.
from Renew says, great segment. David, appreciate you. It's definitely a great segment. We appreciate the encouragement that Jeff provides. Also, his show, him and Nicole's show is on Sunday mornings. Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 every Sunday morning. So definitely check them out. They'll be talking more about that. And also just lifestyle changes. You can always keep in touch with Mark here at the station, the guy that keeps this place rolling along with DP and Becca. But the story is amazing. It can't be heard enough because here's the thing, Mark, you have no idea. And none of us do, but I'm saying for you right now in particular, you have no idea you can be impacting someone that you'll never meet.
Yeah,
You'll never meet.
for sure.
Jeff, every time you and Nicole come on that show, man, you have no idea the people that you inspire that you they may have to go through Ferals,
right?
But they may have made a decision, like Mark did, says something's going to change. Like Brian T said, he's cycling, he's doing something to change his body.
Absolutely.
Folks, we appreciate Jeff and Mark all the time. Ferals Extreme Body Shaping. Jeff and Nicole Essing, they don't just have a gym, they have a culture that just makes strangers friends, which I absolutely love that about them. We'll come back, have some Husker football to talk about on this next side after we have a word from our sponsors and partnerships on The Drive with AD and Raff, 93.7 The Ticket.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay protected. Learn more at healthylincoln.org.
I wanted to quit for so long, but I didn't know where to start.
I was afraid of what people would think, but then I found the right support to start my recovery journey. 1 in 14 Americans reports experiencing a substance use disorder, a treatable medical condition. Treatment can take many forms, so there are a variety of options to explore and find the one that works best for you. Recovery from drug addiction is possible.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Guys, when I first started with Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Barrel's 10-week challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Promo code for a discount for ticket listeners. Barrel's Extreme Body Shape.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to novotnynutritionandwellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Cloud cover and a warm day on the way. We'll top out near 73. Winds out of the south-southeast at around 15 to 20. Very slight chance of showers, low of around 29. Windy and cooler tomorrow. Northwest winds gusting over 30 and a high of only around 50. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beers, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Spring Sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine. Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road. You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket, proudly sponsored by Sand Hills Global. Sand Hills Global is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales. traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Career and internship opportunities are available at the global headquarters in Lincoln. So apply today at sandhills.jobs. Boom. AD, I got a Raff's good take. A Raff's good take, baby. My Raff's good take goes out today to the man that we affectionately call Panda.
Panda.
I'm telling you right now, the world needs more pandas.
It definitely does, man. Good dude.
He is probably the nicest, friendliest, would give the shirt off his back in 2.2 if you needed it.
Yep.
But I'm just throwing it out there. Panda, you are the Raff's good take because, man, everybody needs to be as nice as you are because the world would be a better place.
Panda, real name Jesse. We appreciate you, man. Always appreciate your company, just the friendship, and just you're talking about a guy that just genuinely cares about people.
Yep.
Just totally altruistic. Just wants to take care of people, man, and just a great guy. Panda, we appreciate you. That's Raff's good take. We appreciate it. It's a great one too, man.
Look at that, Raff.
Boom.
Nick,
what's up,
my man? You're back in the house. You're
How's
at
it
practice
going?
today.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that tomorrow because we want to share some clips and things about that tomorrow. The par 3 challenge kicks in for the Masters tomorrow as well. We want to discuss that with you tomorrow. You'll be in studio will be with us at Double Eagle Golf this week.
I will be with you guys.
There he is.
Yes.
I have been told that I have gotten the promotion. The bump up.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Let those live golfers in.
So while you guys are doing a show, I'll be golfing.
Oh, that's even better.
We'll be critiquing your swing.
Please don't. I'm gonna stick with irons then.
Hey, did you get out the door?
I did. I think that's what I did on my first tee.
Yeah,
and that's why it went somewhat straight.
You know, Shuey taught me that. Shoe art is probably the best instructor in the state, in my opinion. One of the I can't say the best because I haven't been with all of them, but he's one of the best. He's recognized as one of the best golf instructors. And he always tells me that because I have a tendency still to fall back in my swing after driving, to fall back. And he says, "AD, get out the door. Get out the door." I mean, and turn your body around, putting that weight on your left foot. So that helps. Nick, your thoughts real fast on the game yesterday. Your guess of the game yesterday.
I was so close.
Yes, you were.
I was so close.
Yes,
I guessed 74-62 and it was 76-59. When it was 71-59 and they had one free throw left, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like,
the visionary.
If UConn, so they hit the free throw, it was 72, and then it was I was like, man, if San Diego State comes down and hits a three, I was like, this is gonna be pretty awesome. And anyway, but it ended up being whatever. I don't know. It got better towards the end of the game. It was an ugly brand of basketball. Like it was not very aesthetically pleasing yesterday at the start of it in my eyes.
Well, it was 11 minutes where San Diego State didn't score.
Yeah.
You think about that, 11 minutes.
Yeah. Well, like
4 free throws.
Synopsis of that game. First half, they should have been up by 20.
Yeah.
Second,
at least.
Second half,
right.
they had San Diego State had opportunities to cut that game to 3.
Yeah.
But they made like silly passing mistake, or
Yeah.
I remember what at the 4-minute and 12 mark I remember saying.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, but so they had more opportunities than what they probably should have had. So
No doubt.
I agree with
doubt.
you there.
But it's another win for UConn.
I was just gonna say UConn probably won. Now when looking at the statistics and looking at strictly national titles, UConn is right up there, probably the best team in college basketball in the last 25 years.
Yep, 5 titles.
You think about this. In 99, they defeat Duke 77-74. In 2004, they beat Georgia Tech 82-73. The score that team that Okafor played on, of course. In 2011, they defeat Butler 53-41. Then 2014, defeat Kentucky 60-54, and then of course last night they defeat San Diego State 76-59. And so, dude, they just got it done. They got it done. Like you mentioned, aesthetically, it wasn't the best looking game, but I tell you what, you'll take that championship, that natty, you can get it, man.
Yeah, it was a real ugly game. Guys, I want to tell you this since we're all Masters fellas.
Yes.
I ran across this tweet yesterday really quickly.
Ooh, goody.
A home in Augusta, Georgia was purchased for $190,000 in 2021.
Nice.
The homeowner spent $250,000 renovating it. So about a little over $400,000 investment.
Yep.
Right at 300 or
340.
It'd be 340. Guess how much it rents for this weekend. It typically rents for $2,500.
Oh boy.
For 1 week.
20 for the week?
For Thursday through Sunday.
Okay.
For a Thursday through Sunday.
Normally.
For any other non-Masters week.
During the Masters.
So it's $2,500 for a Thursday through Sunday any other week. This weekend, Thursday through Sunday, $30,000.
Nice.
Good. And it's rented too, isn't it?
Yeah. $30,000. So I mean, just think about it, because it'd be awesome just to stay on the course no matter what.
Yeah.
But I was first shocked, peeling it off layer by layer. I was shocked that it was only $190,000 in 2021.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's what I was surprised about.
No doubt.
And then they put in $250,000 to renovate it and update it.
Yeah, they'll have that money back.
And
within 4
now
years.
here you are, $2,500, 51 weeks of the year, and then on the 1 week it's $30,000 for Thursday through Sunday. Not even a full week.
The
Thursday through
Masters.
Sunday.
The Masters.
Hello, friends.
That is insane. Well, great investment on their part. Is
Oh,
what that is.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what Rico and I are saying. Buy something, buy a property near a place that has a big event every year.
Oh yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
such a smart investment.
Yeah.
Such
that's
a
the
smart
same.
investment.
That's the same way in Arizona at the golf tournament every year.
I love it.
People just rake on that weekend. And then when the Super Bowl was there this week or last year too, it was nuts.
Yeah.
And then I wondered, so pairings probably come out later today, I would think.
I would assume.
Yeah, I think so. Later today. Later today.
Oh, let it be Phil Mickelson and Fred Couples.
I'd love it.
Fingers crossed, everyone.
Folks, the 80 Attitude Adjustment is sponsored by Integrated Life Choices. ILC is hiring for direct support professionals all over the state of Nebraska. Full-time, part-time days, evenings, weekends. Help ensure a meaningful life for the people you support and helping achieve their hopes and dreams. Apply at ilc.net/careers, ilc.net/careers. Protect your space, folks, regardless if it's at a home, in the office, and more importantly, your mental space. Folks, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you want peace, stay away from the negative as much as you can. Protect your space, whether it's at home, at the office, as much as you can. Though some spaces you don't have a choice, but do your best to protect your space, because if you protect your space, you also protect your peace. It's 80 Attitude Adjustment for today, presented to you by ILC. We appreciate ILC. John and Cortland, morning to you, brother. Appreciate you as well. Mike's dad was a great coach. Maddie's dad says, why did those simulators call me the good doctor? I'm not sure. David Renew, I'll be in the booth Thursday and Friday. I'll see you, gentlemen. We can't wait to see you, David.
Yep. I agree with AD. And put the right people in your space.
Yes.
Panda, you're always welcome in my space, brother.
Panda.
Absolutely.
All right. We will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at ticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global